Adding a garden suite or a laneway suite might be the most underrated missing middle strategy in the marketplace right now. Over the last few months, our team has built 4 garden suites and laneway suites on existing properties in downtown Toronto. We added a laneway suite to a triplex. We've added garden suites and laneway suites to our existing 8-unit buildings. Now, were these projects equally successful? I don't think so, and here's why. I added a laneway suite to an existing triplex that I've owned for many, many years, and we've also added garden suites and laneway suites to our 8-unit multifamily buildings. And here's where the difference really comes into play. Before adding the laneway suite to the triplex, the valuation of that property was coming in at about $1.75 million. The appraised value came in at about $2.25 million, so we added $500,000 in value by spending $300,000 to build that laneway suite. Now, to contrast that, on our 8-unit buildings, we spent the same $300,000 to build the laneway and garden suites, but it adds almost $1 million in value to our 8-unit buildings. The difference is on a residential project, meaning 5 units or less, you're dealing with a residential appraiser. And a residential appraiser is always going to value your building based on comparable properties in your neighborhood. The challenge with that is because these laneway suites and garden suites are relatively new, appraisers are having a hard time valuing these extra units. On the flip side, your multifamily buildings are valued based on how much revenue they bring in and how many expenses they have. So by adding that additional revenue and having incremental cost increases, we're going to increase the value of that multifamily building significantly more than we are on our residential building. And this is why we love adding these laneway suites and garden suites to our multifamily buildings, but it also makes sense to add them to our single family dwellings, our duplexes, and our triplexes. Because if you're paying attention earlier, you'll notice that we only spent $300,000 building these garden suites, and in the worst case scenario, we added $500,000 to our value on our property. And that is a solid investment, and that's why adding these garden suites and laneway suites is one of the most underrated strategies that people are using in the missing middle right now.